Hello and welcome. In today's current affairs video, we will be discussing about the Bihar's caste-based census. Now, Bihar's caste-based census has reached the Supreme Court because of certain legal issues involved there. So, we will be discussing about the legal issues and discussing about the need for caste-based census and the consequences of it. Okay. So, coming to the news article, why is it actually running in news is because somebody filed a petition in Patna High Court stating I am not ready to furnish my caste data to the government, to the state government. Okay. And there are certain legal angles involved in it, but Patna High Court rejected the claim. Okay, so against the decision of Patna High Court, now Supreme Court is ready to hear the petition, whatever Patna High Court has taken. Okay, so now the case has reached the Supreme Court, and we will be seeing the legal angles involved in it. But before that, we need to understand what is the need for conducting a caste-based census. Why is Bihar government undertaking this? So apart from the political angle involved, there is certain political angle in it, and we will not be discussing it because it is not relevant to civil services. But apart from the political angle, we do need to conduct the caste-based census because it majorly helps us to calculate the accurate population estimate. It will help us to find out the percentage of SC or ST or OBC or EWS or even the general category. So basically the composition of our society, what is the caste composition of society, that we will get to know. So we do have some of the recommendations from Mandal Commission which says almost 50% of the population is OBC. But right now, what is the condition? So time to time, this updation must be carried out. So this census will help us accurately find out the population estimate. Now, a caste-based census, caste census is also carried out in the decadal census, the one that is carried out every 10 years. But in this, only the scheduled caste related data is taken up. Okay. So this will help us get a detailed information about it. And because we will be having a population estimate, it will also help the government to frame better policies. Okay, they can check whether this caste is getting proper representation in this kind of job or not. Okay, they are present in lower bureaucracy, lower judiciary, but not in upper bureaucracy and upper judiciary. So we can remove reservation from below and we can add reservation in promotion. Right? Let's say a caste is not getting proper representation, then we need to inculcate, we need to give reservation to this caste also. So until and unless we have a proper data, the governance policies cannot be created. Okay. So once we have the data, it will also help us to get better governance policies. Okay. And it will also help us get a clear picture of caste presence in a particular field. So that's what, whether they have a proper representation, let's say in primary sector, services sector, or government jobs or employment or government institutions. So are they properly getting the education or not? Are they getting government jobs or not? So in a particular field, what is the percentage of caste composition? It will help us to decide whether to include more number of caste under reservation category or remove it from there. Okay. So ultimately, it will also help us check the progress of reservation. So reservation, we know it is a highly debated topic in India. Some people say that reservation has not performed well. Some people say that reservation is continuing to uplift a particular section from society and it should be continuing for a long period of time. So as of now, reservation is a debatable topic. But which caste to be given reservation, which caste should not be given reservation, are they getting proper reservation or not, or are they getting proper representation in educational institutions or government employment or not, whether they are getting or not getting, on that basis only we can find out about whether reservation is performing or not, right? So once we conduct the caste-based census, we will get the data, and on that basis we will be able to find out whether reservation has been able to work, has been the correct solution or not, or do we need to look for other workarounds. So basically, the caste-based census will help us in framing the government policy and ultimately help in removing or reducing the social inequalities in society. Okay. Now the legal issue involved, why did it enter into the Patna High Court and why did it enter in now going to the Supreme Court is this. The petition which was filed in Patna High Court, it says that collection of caste data is the exclusive authority of the center, or rather collection of any kind of census data Under the Census Act, this is the exclusive power of the central government, and here the state government is conducting it. So this has been challenged. Okay, and this is also against the Puttaswamy judgment. Puttaswamy judgment was talking about right to privacy. Now, if you collect somebody's caste data, you are hindering their privacy, right to privacy. So, right to privacy has also been another objection why the case came up to Patna High Court itself. Okay. Now, we will see what Supreme Court decides about it, but here we will be discussing about the consequences. Okay. So, the consequences is, first of all, we need to understand what kind of data is being collected by the caste-based census of Bihar. Okay. So, the first data is related to religion, the second one is caste, and the third one is economic background. So, if we have these two data, basically, it will help us to find out what frame policies should be framed, okay, or did they come out of poverty or not, okay. So, ultimately, this data will help us to find out whether they were able to come out of poverty or not, okay. On the other hand, these are some of the negative consequences that can come up. Is it may help to solidify or concretize the identity. For example, we got to know, let's say after the census data came out, okay, we got to know that a particular caste was not getting proper reservation. Now, because they are not getting proper reservation, that feeling of aggression can strengthen. Okay, it can actually solidify, and rather that particular caste can get more aggressive towards the rest of the society because they are not getting proper representation. So, this can be one of the negative consequences. Okay, it may lead to caste-based riots, or let's say that the particular caste has come out of poverty. Okay, which is a positive thing. And now the government decides that, okay, because you have come out of poverty or your economic indicators have improved, now we will not be giving you reservation or reducing the amount of reservation. Now again, that can cause problems, right? So ultimately, it may help to solidify or concretize identity, which is exactly opposite of what we are looking for. What we are looking for is social equality. It can in turn bring totally social inequality, right? Another consequence is lack of trust. The lack of trust, public might not believe, okay, that this is the correct data coming from the government. That there is a lack of trust amongst public with the government. So that can be one of the problem, and that is also the reason why previous SECC data was not released at all. Okay, so these can be some of the consequences of conducting a caste-based census. Now let's see what Supreme Court decides on whether the state government can do it or not, or what kind of data can they collect. We will continue discussing this as and when the story unfolds. As of now, we'll conclude here. Thank you so much and all the very best.